large police presence along Cottage Grove Road has Madison East Side residents wondering what's going on.
Plus, all eyes are on Kenosha as the jury in the Kyle Rittenhouse trial will deliberate for another day while the defense asks for a mistrial for a third time.
And an 18-year-old Verona high school student is arrested for bringing a loaded gun to school. That's all coming up on News 3 Now at 10. Thank you for joining us tonight. Police spent more than 2 hours investigating the scene of a possible shooting on Madison's east side.
Now, this is at the intersection of Cottage Grove Road and Monona Drive. Our Tahlil Mohadin is live there with more. Tahlil, what can you tell us?
Well, this information actually just came in. The Madison Police Department confirmed that this was in fact a shooting. There were shots fired. They were also able to confirm that no one was hit. They are looking for a suspect that they have not been able to find, and that the investigation is ongoing. Now, when I was here earlier, I was able to speak to some of the people who were here as this was happening. I spoke with one woman who said a lot of the people from the nearby apartment came over to her shop, and they were, for the most part, pretty upset and pretty confused as to what was happening.
I really hope that this stops happening because this is a great community, so it'd be great. And I don't know, I love working over here. It's a good community. I'd like it to stop, but yeah, that's about it.
And Madison police say, though the suspect is still at large, there is no threat to the public at this time. Of course, this is a developing story, and we'll be able to provide you as much information as we have it as soon as we're able.
And developing tonight in McFarland, Dane County Emergency Management says the situation that caused a major police response has been resolved. For several hours tonight, people in the Autumn Lane area were asked to stay indoors and lock their windows and doors as police investigate a report of a potentially armed person. Any additional details have not been released yet. And new tonight, a person is hurt after being hit by a car on East Washington Avenue. Police say the woman was crossing near Easttown Mall when she was hit. So far tonight, we have not received any update on her condition. At least 6 people have died this year alone on East Washington Avenue.
2 days was proven not to be enough time for jurors to come up with a verdict in the trial of Kyle Rittenhouse. The 12-member panel will continue deliberations tomorrow morning. There was some controversy inside the courtroom today, though. First, the judge criticized some of the media coverage, taking exception to some of the coverage of some of his decisions, saying he will think long and hard about allowing televised trials in the future. Then, for a third time, the defense is calling again for a mistrial, this time over some drone video used during the trial. Attorneys say they were given an inferior copy of the footage prosecutors say shows Rittenhouse pointing a gun at protesters before being chased by a man he then shot and killed. The defense says it did not know there was a higher quality version until it was played in court, and they say they would have handled their response differently. Judge Bruce Schroeder says he won't rule on the motion unless Rittenhouse is convicted.
Outside of the courthouse, there were dozens of protesters again today, representing both sides of the argument. At least one person could also be seen armed with an assault rifle. And tonight, we are learning 2 people were arrested after a scuffle. Our Eric Franke was in Kenosha again tonight with an update.
Charlotte, while all the legal wrangling was going on inside the courthouse over motions for mistrial, drone video, and that sort of thing, outside for the better part of the last 2 days, it's been pretty peaceful out here. There have been some exchanges between members of the crowd, but for the most part, it's been a peaceful protest, with the lone exception of a fight that broke out on the steps of the courthouse just before 4 o'clock on Wednesday afternoon. That fight carrying into the grass off to the side there. Kenosha City Police just about 100 feet away, clearly not responding to every single incident that breaks out in the groups that are gathering here, waiting for this verdict. But when that fight carried across 56th Street and stopped traffic on the eastbound side, that's when police came in, took 2 people into custody. We don't know what they were charged with or what even triggered this whole thing. But for the most part, other than that, for the better part of the last 2 days, it's been pretty peaceful out here. Now, the jury deciding to take a break for the day at about 5 o'clock, an hour earlier than they did after day 1 of deliberations. They will resume those deliberations on Thursday at 9 a.m. As for how long they'll continue to deliberate, well, it's anyone's guess. In Kenosha, Eric Franke, News 3 Now.
Ahead of the verdict, Governor Tony Evers is asking for peace throughout the state. In a statement, the governor called Kenosans strong and resilient and said while he recognizes the First Amendment rights of speech and protest, every community should do so safely and peacefully.
And as we wait for the verdict, we have continuing coverage from throughout the trial. Courtroom explainers, detailed reports, reaction, and testimony all posted online at channel3000.com. Let's turn it over to weather now. I'm going to be super Midwestern and say it'd be kind of nice out there if it weren't for the wind, Dana.
Exactly. It's a little chilly, but the wind really just makes it feel a little cold outside right now. The breeze coming in from the northwest. Wind speeds currently in the mid to upper teens for most of the area. Some folks seeing sustained wind speeds, though, in the low 20s. Enough that you can likely hear the wind outside right now. Wind gusts today getting into the 30s, and that's going to continue for us overnight. And likely seeing another windy day for tomorrow. Today we saw high temperatures in the low 50s, overnight lows this morning in the mid 30s, and we're not expecting temps to climb back up to the low 50s yet again. Tomorrow it is going to be cooler outside. Our temperatures pull back quite a bit, closer to 34 for our afternoon highs, and that temperature trend will anchor in for the rest of your work week and likely into the start of next week, trending below average for Thanksgiving week. But we'll take a closer look at your full 10-day in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Dana. Police arrested an 18-year-old Verona high school student today, accused of bringing a loaded, concealed gun to school. Verona staff confronted him when they heard he may have a gun. Security walked the student outside, and that's when a loaded .40 caliber handgun fell from his waistband. The district says the student didn't threaten anyone, and there's no ongoing threat. In an email, the district superintendent says the situation was quickly and safely resolved with help from the school security team. Dr. Vardy added that the district administrators and security staff are working with police to make sure the school has a safety plan in place for the rest of the week. In Madison, police say they have a suspect in custody following a homicide on the east side this morning. It's now the 10th one so far in the city. Officers were called to a home just after midnight where they found a 24-year-old man who had been shot and who later died at the hospital. Police were able to identify and find a person of interest who was arrested on unrelated charges.
Wisconsin continues to see an increase in COVID cases. DHS is reporting more than 3,500 new cases. State public health officials say we haven't seen those numbers since last year, and these numbers are higher than we saw during September and October, which was when the Delta variant peaked here in Wisconsin. UW-Madison's mask mandate will be extended into the new year. Today, the university says masks will be required to be worn indoors until January 15th. In an email tonight, the UW said the policy will be reviewed again in mid-January. The university reports 95% of students and employees are vaccinated against COVID-19. And at SSM Health St. Mary's Hospital today, a special jobs fair and hiring event. Like much of the country, local hospitals and healthcare facilities are also dealing with a staffing shortage. SSM says candidates for any open positions were welcome to apply today, and qualified individuals could even get on-the-spot job offers.
House lawmakers voting today to censure Republican Congressman Paul Gosar and remove him from one of his committees. This comes after Gosar posted a violent photoshopped video on social media appearing to show him kill Democratic Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She was among those who spoke during debate ahead of today's vote.
It is sad. It is a sad day in which a member who leads a political party in the United States of America cannot bring themselves to say that issuing a depiction of murdering a member of Congress is wrong.
Gosar eventually deleted the video, but has continued to defend his actions. Only 2 Republicans voted today to censure Gosar, Wyoming's Liz Cheney and Illinois' Adam Kinzinger. Steve Bannon is pleading not guilty to criminal contempt of Congress charges. He filed a notice in federal court today, ahead of a hearing set for tomorrow. The ex-advisor to former President Donald Trump is facing charges after refusing to appear and not turning over documents to the Select House Committee investigating the January 6th riot on the Capitol. Each of the 2 counts he faces carries anywhere from a month to a year in jail, as well as a fine of up to $100,000.
A federal judge has sentenced the man known as the QAnon shaman to 41 months in prison. Pictures of the man, whose real name is Jacob Chansley, went viral after the Capitol riot. Federal prosecutors asked for a long sentence so his case could be used as an example. In September, he pleaded guilty to a felony charge of obstructing congressional certification of the 2020 vote. The president today touring the General Motors electric vehicle assembly plant in Detroit. While on the tour, he stopped at several different locations within the factory and also took a test ride in one of the new electric Hummers. His stop in the Motor City comes days after he signed the infrastructure deal, which he says will help in the expansion of electric vehicle charging infrastructure and in turn fight climate change. Still to come tonight, a pair of major local road construction projects are nearing completion.
Plus prices on the rise. How much more you could expect your heating bill to increase this winter. Stay with us.
Starion Bank's mobile banking solutions can help you get it all done. Quickly open an account, set up alerts, and more. What are you waiting for? Explore the possibilities at starionbank.com.
Gaming Madison, where we're highlighting some unique playing styles.
Yeah, Jerry. Take Marge and Carol here. They're sure having fun. And notice what appears to be a lucky troll dial on this machine.
Oh, and look, that's the famous bingo card tap. That one always brings good luck.
And check out the form on this pull. That's gotta be a lucky bracelet.
Looks like you got your own lucky bracelet.
What bracelet?
Gaming Madison.
One of our biggest sales of the year, the Thanksgiving sale at Slumberland Furniture. Get huge savings on already low prices, up to 50% off. Plus, see what's new, what's in stock, and save 25% on our great accessories. Give your home that special touch. Plus, totally free shipping. Huge store-wide savings at the Thanksgiving sale at Slumberland Furniture. And for better sleep, come to Slumberland Sleep Solutions and see how easy it is now to shop for a mattress.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Call to donate today.
What is all this?
We call them options.
Options? Don't make me laugh.
Unbeatable selection without the drama. 2 pair plus a free eye exam as low as $59.95.
Starion Bank's mobile banking solutions can help you get it all done. Easily move money with Zelle and Transfer Now. What are you waiting for? Explore the possibilities at starionbank.com.
It takes a village to bring Thanksgiving to 4,000 families, and Goodman Community Center has been doing it for 3 decades. Tomorrow, Leah and Josh will be live to show you how.
And as Winter Weather Awareness Week continues, we're keeping you safe on the go. That's tomorrow morning from 4:30 to 7.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10. Winner of the National Edward R. Murrow Award for Overall Excellence in Television.
Welcome back. The city of Fitchburg is celebrating the completion of the reconstruction of Fish Hatchery Road.
And much of the old pavement and retaining walls were replaced. Concrete from the older road was used as a base for the new one. Bike and pedestrian pathways were also updated.
Our infrastructure is important. We're glad that folks have come together to help us with this, and we look forward to our continued partnership. So thank you.
The $30 million project began in the spring of 2020. Northbound and southbound lanes for the I-39-90 area between Madison and Beloit are now mostly finished and fully open. Work will wrap up in Beloit area next week. Today, both the governor and Wisconsin DOT Secretary Craig Thompson attended a ribbon-cutting ceremony to celebrate. The project is also set to finish under budget. Evers says it's one of the largest highway improvements in south central Wisconsin.
Well, prices are up across the board on gifts, groceries, and even gas, and that means energy bills are going up too. Christina Laurie found out how much you can expect yours to increase and what you can do about it.
If you've noticed your energy bill climbing into the triple digits, you are not alone. Energy companies say you can expect to pay between 22% and 50% more this winter, depending on how cold it gets.
Across the country, forecasted gas prices are more than double last year, the highest in more than a decade.
The biggest swing in price is just simply the demand came back
quicker than production.
And here's what that means for you. Homeowners with natural gas can expect their bills to go up 30%. People with propane and heating oil will pay even more. MG&E says its customers can expect their bills to go up $25 to $30 a month.
Well, for a lot of people, it might feel like the hardships of the pandemic are behind us. That's just really not the case.
For people who are already struggling, higher gas bills are yet another unavoidable, unaffordable expense. There are places to go. The United Way of Dane County has a 24/7 tip line, connecting families in need with places that can help.
People aren't just experiencing hardships during the day. If after hours you're having trouble, let's say you need a place to sleep that night and you need to connect with a resource to get you there, there's always going to be, a human voice on the other end that's there to help, to listen, and to really get you to where you need to get to some stability.
The United Way has partnerships with hundreds of nonprofits and government agencies to help people afford their bills. MG&E also has a few tips to lower yours this winter. Keep your thermostat at 68 degrees during the day. Turn it down 7 to 10 degrees at night. And also check your furnace filter once a month and change or clean it when dirty.
And we've shared all of this money-saving advice up on our website as well, channel3000.com. Reporting from Madison for News 3 Now, I'm Christina Laurie.
Another piece of advice, don't change or lower the temperature multiple times a day. That will use even more energy and unfortunately raise your bill.
Huh, good to know. I didn't think about that. Well, there we go. Okay, Dana, you've made some new friends, I see.
I did, yes. I had a nice little road trip today to Monroe to hang out at the Senior Center and chit-chat a little bit about the weather. And we had a great time. I actually ended up sticking around a little longer than initially scheduled, talking about our southern Wisconsin forecast and just how weather is kind of really ingrained in our culture here in southern Wisconsin. A side note, the square in Monroe is beautiful, and I also learned about cheese days coming up next September, so I will be back in Monroe definitely for cheese days. So it was a great time today at the Senior Center. If you're interested, of course, in trying to get any of our weather team to come visit and talk a little bit about the weather or have a cheese day celebration, please feel free, email, Facebook, Twitter, all great options to get a hold of the team. As far as our forecast goes for the next few days, it's going to get a little cooler outside. Looking at our Doppler track, we did see some light flurries earlier today in the southeast corner of the state, but any measurable precipitation trending well to the south. In northern Illinois towards Chicago, seeing some lighter rainfall early today. None of that really measurable in southern Wisconsin. Now, as we look ahead to Thursday and Friday, it does get a little cooler. Temperatures pulled back quite a bit into the 30s for afternoon highs for the next few days. The weekend, not quite as cool outside, but it's going to come along with a few opportunities for some rain showers, possibly bringing along some flurry chances into early next week. Not concerned about any accumulation with those flurry chances, just some snowflakes swirling around right now for the start of the work week. Overnight, temperatures will fall to the upper 20s. Plan on a variably cloudy sky tomorrow with high temperatures in the middle 30s. So it is going to be cooler outside for Thursday. Looking ahead to Friday, Friday morning will be quite chilly. Temperatures close to 20 degrees early in the day, and then afternoon highs yet again close to the mid 30s for us with variably cloudy skies. A bit of a shift there in our wind direction coming from the south late Friday, so heading into Saturday and Sunday, likely going to see a brief warm up again, not quite into the 50s, but a little bit of a trend up before we trend back below average. The 6 to 10 day outlook still trending below average for much of the eastern half of the country. Tomorrow, 34 the high for Madison. Variably cloudy skies, still windy outside though. Wind speeds about 10 to 20 miles per hour. That means wind gusts could creep into the mid to low 20s for those wind speeds. The 30s the next few days, in the 40s for Saturday and Sunday. Our next rain system starts to build in late Sunday, possibly bringing some light flurries early in the morning on Monday. Otherwise, another breezy day expected for us on Monday with temperatures and a pretty cool spot to start off the work week. As we look ahead to Thanksgiving on Thursday, right now it does look chilly outside with highs in the mid 30s and a slight chance for some flurries, but otherwise I think travel conditions are improving for us for Wednesday, Thursday, and for Friday of next week around the holiday.
Dana, Charlotte, and I are traveling with you to Cheese Day when that happens.
I think we should just get a bus and we could all go together. I love this idea.
Family road trip. We love it. Thanks, Dana. Well, just ahead in sports, it's on to the Huskers for the Badgers. How Wisconsin plans to slow down Adrian Martinez. The Badger Blueprint is next with Zach Hanley and Jim Polzey.
News 3 Now Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection serves all of Dane County and the surrounding communities. And with our new location in Monroe, we also proudly serve all of Greene County.
Verona Plumbing and Fire Protection, a name you can trust when service is a must.
It's time to find your next Chevy truck and forge ahead. Take on new challenges and take it to the next level. It's the perfect time to do more in your next Chevy. Find new possibilities, find new roads. Very well qualified buyers can get 2.49% financing and $1,000 cash allowance on this Silverado. Plus, unlock your code to claim $500 Chevy Cyber Cash on most Silverado 1500 Crew Cab pickups.
Come celebrate America's favorite Christmas tradition. The album that started it all, Mannheim Steamroller Christmas by Chip Davis. Performed live in its entirety for the first time ever.
At Overture Center, November 28th. Tickets at overture.org.
Is your credit score getting in the way of the things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit offer fast and flexible lending. Borrow up to $10,000 and choose repayment terms that work for you. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
When 140-mile-per-hour winds come out of nowhere and try to wipe you off the map. When you look up and see sky where your roof used to be. When the power is out and stays out for 7 or 8 or 10 days. When the phone lines are down and the cell phones have all gone dead, you find out who your friends are. Because the worst brings out our best.
I was a Navy submariner for over 20 years. I spent a large portion of my life underwater. Service is about putting your country before yourself. But Senator Ron Johnson uses his office to serve himself. Ron Johnson passed a special tax break that benefited his family's business, then cashed out of the company for $5 million. Ron Johnson has doubled his wealth since he's been elected. That's not what service is about. Tell Ron Johnson to stop voting for tax laws that benefit himself.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection is here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for all your residential and commercial plumbing services.
Verona Plumbing and Fire Protection, a name you can trust when service is a must.
These guys aren't really trying to tackle. They're just kind of bouncing off me. And I think by the end of the game, it was the same thing. Start to finish, they weren't really interested in it.
I mean, would you want to tackle him? 6'2", 238 pounds, and built like a brick house. No thanks. But how about the stretch he's been having? Allen has rushed for over 100 yards in 6 straight games. He's averaging 7.4 yards per play every time he touches the ball. And in his first career start, he racked up 173 yards on the ground and 3 touchdowns in just 3 quarters.
I texted him when he was in high school, actually, and he had like a highlight tape, and I'm like, you're going to come play running back here. So, I mean, I knew that he was going to be a great running back.
There's some guys who are like, look like Tarzan, play like Jane. They don't really hit, and then you watch him in the field and he's running dudes over. It's like, okay, that translates pretty well. I'll have a couple blocks where I'm blocking and I'll look over and he's just trucking some dude, and I'm just, this kid's 17 years old.
He's Jim Polzine from the Wisconsin State Journal. I'm Zach Hanley, and this is the Badger Blueprint. Now, Paul Chryst put it best Saturday, saying Allen's shown he has a chance to be special, Jim.
Yeah, I think the thing that stands out about Braylon Allen is he gets better every week. We've seen it week and week and week. He just does something new and shows that he truly has the chance to be special. I wrote this Saturday, though. I think the one thing he does is he has a chance to take your breath away and also hold your breath, because at this point he's the only established tailback left. An injury to Braylon Allen spells trouble for this Wisconsin offense because they just don't have anybody proven behind him.
The Grit Factory clocked in another big performance, holding the Northwestern offense out of the end zone. The Badgers finished with 3 sacks and 4 interceptions, and as the nation's #1 defense, UW is on a whole nother level when it comes to their play right now.
1 turnover, boom, all right, who's going to get the next one? So I think everyone just wants to make a big play and follow up and prove to everyone that, hey, I can be a part of this #1 defense. So I think I would describe it as kind of contagious right now.
You look at all those guys, I think they're trying to be the standard for the group with their consistency, with the production, and I think they're just feeding off of each other right now. It's a very confident group.
And there's not much more Leonard can ask from this group. Everybody's making plays, feeding off each other, and it's not just Sanborn, Chanel, or Herbig.
Yeah, it's really, all 3 levels are playing well right now, and they have subs that come in, and there's not a drop-off. I think the thing that stood out to me was Jim Leonard talking about how that first series didn't go well. Northwestern had a 19-play series, moved the ball down the field, didn't score in it because Caesar Williams had an interception, but coming off the field is usually where you make adjustments, and Jim Leonard didn't have to make many because the players had already talked through it themselves. It's a really smart group that knows what they did wrong, can quickly correct that, and move on.
If it feels like Adrian Martinez has been at Nebraska forever, it's because he has. Martinez has been a starter for the Huskers since he stepped foot in Lincoln. And against Wisconsin, he's played at his best. In the 2 meetings, he's thrown for 604 yards, rushed for another 146, and scored 5 touchdowns while throwing just 1 interception. And the Badger defense knows it starts and ends with Martinez.
It's a different animal, right? You're playing against a guy who can make extraordinarily explosive plays whenever he touches the ball, right? He can scramble, he can do anything.
We've had difficulties kind of stopping him and slowing him down in the past, so you know it's going to be a good challenge. He's a heck of a player, and it's going to be a tough challenge, but a challenge I think we're all excited for.
Safe to say Nebraska goes as Martinez goes. Jim, why have they had so much trouble slowing him down?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Jim Leonard kind of hinted this Monday about how they changed some things schematically since that 2019 game. So I'm anxious to see how they do things a little bit differently on Saturday. He's a good quarterback. The one thing throughout his career he hasn't really done consistently is win. And that's, if you look back at the 2 games with Wisconsin, he's put up big numbers, but Nebraska's lost both of those games.
I'm kind of getting a little cold feet about it. Last time, this could possibly be my last home game, but definitely think about coming back.
Still to come, it's senior day for the Badgers, where they say the only way they want to celebrate is with a win over the Huskers.
Save now on furniture with the A1 Instant Rebate with a huge selection of inventory available now. Your choice 2-piece sofa and love seat or sectional, just $9.99.
Madison's locally owned family furniture store.
Save online or in-store with the A1 Instant Rebate.
Keep your home and family warm and cozy this winter with a new degree of comfort from your local Rheem contractor.
Feel the Wohlers difference. Call Wohlers Heating and Air Conditioning today. Serving Dane County for over 45 years.
You know what I'm going to miss most about space?
What's that?
How easy it is to keep up my saving habit. There's nothing to buy up here.
We're making it easier to save on Earth, too. When you open a savings builder account at BMO Harris, you can get a cash reward for every month you save.
Anything to help launch my savings?
Sure. When you open a checking account, we'll give you $200 to kickstart your savings progress.
$200 and a monthly savings reward.
It's a way to save that won't weigh you down. It's a little space humor.
When a bank helps you make real financial progress, that's the BMO effect.
Here's to the holidays. Here's to the casserole queens and Santas who saute. To the turkeys brined in beer, and well, just beer. To the ones who do the most, and the ones who do the least. To the classic traditions, and whatever you call this one. This year, no matter how you holiday, Festival has you covered. Festival Foods, a Wisconsin tradition since 1946.
You protected our rights, preserved our freedom. You may have even risked your life for us. Now, it's our turn to fight for you.
your local Wisconsin emergency, energy, and housing assistance providers, and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund reward the service of our veterans with rental and energy support in their time of crisis. Apply today to get the fresh start you've earned.
The Bruce Company is ready for Christmas, and we've got some rules to help you celebrate the season. Be merry. Wisconsin-grown trees and greens, lights and ornaments will make your holiday dreams come true. No peeking. Candles, potpourri, German collectibles, and holiday plants make great gifts for everyone on your list. Honor tradition. Meet Santa's reindeer on Sunday, December 12th from noon until 2. Whatever your rules, celebrate the holidays with the Bruce Company, your holiday experts.
Is your home giving you the cold shoulder? Fight back with a new energy-saving furnace from your local Rheem contractor.
Feel the Wohlers difference. Call Wohlers Heating and Air Conditioning today. Serving Dane County for over 45 years.
Save on the best name brand mattresses with the A1 Instant Rebate with a huge selection in stock now. Your choice, 14-inch firm or plush queen mattress, just $4.99.
Madison's locally owned family furniture store.
Save online or in-store with the A1 Instant Rebate.
Severe winter weather week. All this week at 6.
Saturday will be a special day for the Badger seniors. It will mark the final time they'll run out on the field at Camp Randall. Now, the seniors do have an opportunity to come back for another season because of the COVID year, but for the ones that aren't, it will be a moment they'll never forget.
You got to do whatever you can to make it count. I mean, you want to end it on a good note. So that's my goal for this week, and obviously I've been taking it in every single time I've gone on that field.
A lot of decisions to be made for the seniors, but first things first, they have to play Nebraska. Do the Badgers make it 7 straight?
Yeah, senior days are always a little strange because the emotions, you don't know how they're going to come out. Are they going to be slow out of the gates, fast out of the gates? You never know. I think Wisconsin wins this game. You know, the Nebraska coming off a bye week does scare me to some degree, but this Wisconsin defense is rolling so much right now. I think 24-13 Wisconsin.
We agree again, Jim. The Badgers are rocking and rolling right now, and they've owned the Huskers. 7 straight wins over Nebraska. They make it 8 after Saturday. And that's it for this week's Badger Blueprint. For Jim Polzine, I'm Zach Hanley. Thanks for watching.
Okay, where are we at on our heat? I turned mine on just now.
68.
Yeah, that's good.
That's 63, 64.
Ooh, daredevil.
Brave. Very brave. We're going to need it. Yes. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Do something good. We'll see you back here tomorrow.